So basically in this question, permutation of string means that whenever you have two things, there is either combination or there is permutation. So if we talk about permutation, it means that there are three characters. So if the length is 3, so you have to find out factorial of 3, that is 3 into 2 into 1, that is 6. So it means total 6 permutations will be generated of this particular string. First thing. So it means you have to return an array list from this particular program. Now, if we have to implement this using recursion, so again, we are going to divide this character by character. Like if you have current character A, then B, and then C, just like we had in the previous question of subsequences. So you have A, B, C available here. Now, once you have A, B, and C, you have divided each and every character individually. You can now have a for loop. Inside the for loop, you just need to concatenate the characters and then store them in the result. So the difference is it will not store the individual character. It is going to concatenate the whole string. Then it will store. Then it will show you the result. Okay. So basically, if I talk about the solution, the very first part will be the same as the subsequence question. Permutation.java, and then we have this function static. This will also return the array list of string type. The function name will be, let's say, perm, and then we are going to pass string. All right. Now, the very first thing that we did in our previous program is to get the character first, get characters one by one. So current character will be str.char@0. So you got the first character. Now, how do we get the remaining string? For remaining string, I will use str.substring from 1. Now we have the remaining string. After creating this remaining string, we will call this function for remaining string, and in return, you will definitely get the array list. Let's name it as 10, just like we did in the subsequence program. The same thing we are doing here. All right. Now, what should be our base case? Again, the base case will be just like the previous one, that if string.length is 0, then create an empty array list of string type, name it as A or list, let's say, and then add just simple quotes and then return. Okay. Now you can say this is exactly the program that we that we have written for the subsequence one. So you have characters one by one. So if I pass ABC, so the current character will become. So first it will store A, then B, and then C. So this is the first part of our program. So the first part is similar to the previous one. Now, after this, after storing characters one by one, now you know that some remaining string will contain B, C, and then C. This is how it is going to contain. Now let's initialize one array list to store the result. All right, so it will be new array list. Now we will start doing the loop part, that for string s:10. Now inside temp, what do you have? Just double quotes, because temp will be having this list, because at the end, once the recursion will be completed, the base case will be executed. So list will return an empty list to this temp variable. Now here comes the most important part, that inside this for loop, instead of directly storing the character or the current character concatenation, what exactly I'm going to do, for loop for I is equals to 0, I less than equals to string dot length, then I plus plus. I'm going to use a string buffer. Why we are using string buffer? I'll just let you know once I'll start debugging this code and put the current string in this. Then we have a method known as insert, and inside insert method we are going to pass, on this index we'll simply put the current character. and then result dot add string buffer dot to string, because that is the object of string buffer. Now finally return your result. So this is the only code that is actually new in this particular program. Rest of the program is just like we have in the subsequent question. Okay, so why we have this particular code, let's talk about it. Let's see how it is going to be executed one by one. So the very first thing is that once you have the stack, once you have the stack completely occupied, let's say our stack will be, you have there will be three calls in the stack. So let's say the function name we have written is PERM. First you pass A, B, C. So it will put current character as A, and then you call perm, then you pass B, C. Then B will be inside the current character, then you will pass C only, and then C is sustained outside, and then you call it with the empty string. Okay, now stack is filled in. So now once the string length is 0, it will initialize an empty array list, put double quotes inside this, and return to the temp variable. Now what do I have in my temp variable? What do you have in temp variable? This thing. Just like we had in the subsequent question. Okay. After this, let's talk about the most important part is this loop only. Once you understand this loop, you will simply understand the logic in this program. So what exactly this logic is doing for string s colon 10. So what do we have inside this s variable? Double quotes. For int I equals to 0, I less than equals to string dot length. It means the loop will be executed only once. Initialize an empty string buffer that will contain s. So it means an empty string is initialized. String buffer dot insert I current char. It means on 0th index, insert the current char. Current char is C. So it means my string will become this. Now result dot add, inside your result, just add C. So now if we return the result, so we will return the result back to the temp. So now what temp will contain instead of this? It will contain C. Okay, it is going to contain this data. Okay. Now, after this, we know that we have C character available inside our string. So how it is exactly going to work? So first of all, we know that current character is B. Now it is going to execute this loop 2 times. Sorry. So okay. So first we'll be having inside our S variable, you have the character C. Okay. We have this character as C. All right. Now once we have C available in it, so C will be stored in your string buffer. Now I'm saying SB dot insert I comma current char. On 0th index, just insert the current character. I index means 0. So what exactly the string will become? String will become B and C will be as it is, and store that in your array list. I hope you are able to understand now how exactly it is being concatenated. So now it has become B, C. Now if I return it back, so it will become B, C. Okay. Now after this, now it has become B, C. There is one mistake that I did. I'll be correcting because this line will come before the perm. Okay. In this particular program, result should not be initialized again and again. But you will understand. Okay. With this loop, you will understand what exactly is going to happen. So now inside S variable, we'll be having B, C. So this loop will be executing 2 times. Okay. Actually 0, 1, 2. It will be executed 3 times, for 0, for 1, and for 2. So it will be string buffer will contain BC. Now on 0 index, just store the current character. So that becomes ABC. So ABC is stored in my list. In the next iteration, I becomes 1. Okay, in the next iteration, I becomes 1. So S contains BC. So now it will become I is 1. So insert A at the first index. So it becomes BAC. So it becomes BAC. And now again the loop will be executed. BC is again stored, and this time A will be inserted at the last index. That becomes BCA. So BCA will be stored in your list. I hope you got this thing, what exactly happened here. That we just stored A. So suppose you have BC, here it is written BC. Okay, so A will be stored here, then A will be stored here, then A will be stored here. Getting my point? So A is stored on 0th index, first index, and second index. We was having only BC. So A is stored on 0th index, then first index, and then second index. Similarly, in this list, we'll be having CB. So A will be stored here, then here, and then here. That's it. So I just stored BC, but in the array list, we'll be having BC, CB. So A will be stored accordingly. I hope you got this till here, what exactly is going to happen. So whenever we are doing the fallback part, we have A, B, C. This we'll be having CB and BC in our this particular array list. Let me show you. You will be having two things. One is a CB and one is a BC. Now you just need to store A with CB and BC. So first, let's say it is CB. So A will be stored at 0 index, then A will be stored at first index, then A will be stored at last index. It will be stored in the array list. So it becomes ACB, CAB, CBA. Then comes BC. So for BC, A will be stored at 0th index, first index, and the last index. So it will be stored like this: ABC, BAC, and BCA. I hope it is clear to you. You are able to understand what exactly is going to happen. We just need to store CB and BC, and that will be stored once you start doing the concatenation part. So in the second iteration, it will be stored on 0th index, then on first index. Actually, I just forgot to store that in the first iteration only. Okay. Otherwise, it is going to store BC and CB both. Because once it has C stored in this variable, if I recall it again, we know that we have A, B, and C. Okay, now we know the current character is C. Let's say in our string buffer, we simply have C stored, and in your array list you have only C. Let's say in our temp list, we only have C available. Okay, now this loop will be executed 2 times for 0th index and the first index. I just forgot to execute this loop for the first index. So S variable stores C. Okay, in S variable we have C. So string buffer is C. So on ith index, put the current char. Let's say current char is B. So it becomes BC. And inside the result, BC is stored. Then on the next iteration, I becomes 1. So it becomes CB. So B is stored on first index. Now it becomes BC, CB. It is returned back to this temp. Okay, now it is once it is returned to the temp, so temp becomes BC, CB. Now A will be stored, as I told you earlier, A will be stored on 0, 1, 2, 0, 1. So this is the permutation of the string. We can now try to execute this just to make sure that we are getting the correct result. So we have string str equals to A, B, C, and then call the function known as perm. You will get the array list in return. All right, let's see the output. Okay, so we are getting the output over here, and this is the solution for your permutation question.